What's happening, everybody? Of course, it's your host, Young Brink. You're tuning into the #1 music and entertainment TV show in Memphis, BrinkTV. Now, joining me is a fellow 80s baby. I'm talking about the homie Sammie. What's going on with you, man?
What's poppin', brother? How you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Of course, I got to say thank you for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure, brother.
Definitely. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the Indigo project. Let's talk about that. Like, go ahead, tell the people if you have any features on it and some of the production you may have on this project.
Shout out to Doughboy, my producer, City, Demetrius, Zeke. Man, we just been working, man. I just felt like the fans deserved a body of work. Indigo is a passionate project. I wasn't chasing radio. I didn't have to like play the politics game. So
Right.
It's just a solid R&B project from top to bottom. If you don't have it, it's out right now. iTunes, Google Play, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify. We just shot the video for Exes, which you can see at Vivo. It's just been a blessing, man, the feedback, because I really was doing it for the love, you know what I'm saying? But the fans reciprocated the love, and that's what it's all about.
Definitely. Now, one thing I can say, of course, you being a child star, we've seen a lot, of course, from our generation, we've seen a lot of child stars kind of grow up and go down the wrong path, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would you say, what could you give credit to your career and your life growing up as an adult, not going down that path?
Without a doubt, God, you know what I'm saying? I'm a God-fearing man, not to put religion on nobody, but that's my speed. My mother and father raised me with morals and ethics, you know what I'm saying, and integrity. And I always surrounded myself around people that kept me humble. I took those 4 years off after my first album dropped to go to high school.
Right, definitely.
And a lot of my peers, they can't relate to that. All they know is lights, camera, action.
Right.
So if the world, don't love them the same, then they kind of act out and get crazy or get hooked on drugs or go, a little left. So I've been blessed to just have balance. I'm Sammie the singer as well as Sammie the human being, and I will always prefer it that way.
Definitely. Of course, in this event is dealing with social media responsibility. Like, of course, you did kind of mention a few things, on stage, Now, one song you had back in the day was The Crazy Thing I Do for Love. I'm going to put a little spin on it. Since we talking social media, what are some of the crazy things that women do for likes?
I get a couple twerk videos in the DM. I've gotten a couple nudes, you know what I'm saying? And these are things I'm not praising, by the way. That's why we're here to talk to the young ladies to respect themselves as young princesses and queens of this world. And I think it's a beautiful cause because you see so much darkness and negativity on social media. So if you follow me, I always try to show the light, you know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to be positive. Even in darkness, there's a silver lining in which you can learn a lesson from that bad experience. So I'm trying to exude that, and I'm just happy to be one of the panelists to talk about such a great cause that I think these young kids need to hear.
Absolutely. Go ahead, tell them all your social media since we're talking about social media.
At Sammie Always, SammieAlways, and I kept it simple. That's my Twitter, that's my website, that's my Instagram, and then my Snapchat is Sammie Lee Bush. And follow me. I'm pretty active, I utilize it the correct way, so it's a good way for me to stay abreast and keep my fans abreast with what I got going on as well.
Definitely. And of course, before we go, if it's any aspiring artists out there that thinking about giving up, what advice would you have for them?
Again, keep God first and last. Be great. I really am allergic to mediocrity. I have a huge disdain for that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to be a rapper or a singer or a songwriter, take your craft seriously. Every day you should dedicate a few hours to it to stand out and to actually it's easy to get in the game. It's hard to stay.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's hard to evolve. And then last but not least, don't let nobody tell you no. If God gave you a vision, see that all the way through. You're going to get a lot of people that's going to not get it, and you're going to get a lot of people that fall off the bandwagon, but the right people will be there at the right time.
Absolutely. Of course, I got to say thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Shout out to Heal the Hood, and of course, shout out to iHustle for the gear. I hustle, for real. Now back to more BrinkTV.
Love.